Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation SpaceFit Past, Present and Future on the 27th Annual International Mars Society Convention. On the first slide here you can see the previous 4 speeches I have done the 4 previous years in the Mars Society conventions, titled as All Space to All, Proposal for Creation of International Space Immigration Corporation, ISIC, Power, Space, Peace, Eucracy. I strongly suggest you to view on the links, YouTube links, the presentations of the previous 4 presentations, in order to fully understand the value of this presentation. On this presentation, I will speak about the past, what has happened in space, present, what is actually happening now, and the future, what is planned to happen, or what we can do in the future for space. Of course, I will stay into the most significant facts regarding the past, the present, and future. Now, space. Space has been always the main cordial desire of humans. And I'm clarifying here the term space. Space is not just the distance between the outer atmosphere of Earth to the next celestial body or the rest of the universe. Space is actually the distance between where everyone sits to any other point in the distance, in the space. And this, the moving of one place to the other is directly linked to our freedom. It has been always in humans a great desire, maybe the greatest, to be free. And freedom is connected to the movement, being able to move and reach other points in space. Not, of course, beyond the atmosphere, but first of all, on land, at sea, in the atmosphere, and outside of the atmosphere. So, firstly, our desire is because we all have to fulfill the God's given blessing in the form of command to multiply and grow and overwhelm the universe in terms of matter. So all the matter, all the universe, the material universe, is given to us. It's God given. And we have to conquer it. Secondly, because our brains needs a continuous understanding of our existences in the universe, as to function in harmony with the universe, hence our well-being, because you all know we are part of the universe. Consequently, all our passions and ingenuity is directed towards space fit by instinct. Now, work being done from humanity regarding our coexistence with the celestial universe and the space that connects or separates it, or both, depending on how someone sees it, goes as follows in major significant facts. Now, in the past, the known and verified dawn of space exploration of modern times, Sputnik 1, 1957. Sputnik was launched by the Soviet Union, and it was the first artificial satellite to orbit Earth. This event marked the beginning of the space age and the space race the USSR between the USSR and the United States of America. Apollo 11 was the mission for the first moon landing in 1969. The United States Apollo 11 mission, led by NASA, successfully landed the first humans, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, on the moon. Armstrong's famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," highlighted the significance of this achievement. Voyager missions in 1977. NASA launched first Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 6 months after to study the outer planets of our solar systems and beyond. Both spacecraft provided unprecedented data on Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and are now in interstellar space sending information back to Earth. Here you can see me with Professor Stamatis Krimigis, a friend of mine, who was the co-creator, and he is still the head of the program that started 47 years ago. Present. At present, we have the International Space Station, a collaborative effort involving NASA, Roscosmos, JAXA, ESA, and CSA. The International Space Station serves as a habitat, artificial satellite, and microgravity research laboratory. It has been continuously occupied since 2000. Mars exploration. NASA's Perseverance rover, which landed on Mars in 2021, is part of the Mars 2020 mission. It aims to reach for signs of ancient life and collect samples for possible return to Earth. Space exploration, space exploitation, space orbital use in various applications for Earth. There are satellites, thousands of them, of numerous known uses that you can search for yourself, and you already know that they are orbiting Earth and providing a multitude of services for all humanity. Earth protection, DART, Double Asteroid Direction Test, was a successful test of redirecting an asteroid, protecting Earth from collision with the asteroid, and the commercial spaceflight. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are revolutionizing space travel. Space Dragon spacecraft delivers and transports cargo to the crew of United International Space Station, with Blue Origin developing reusable rockets to make space more accessible and actually a destination of tourism. Now the future, the next steps. What has been planned already? NASA's Artemis program aims to return humans to the moon. In orbit by 2024, that's this year hopefully, landing in 2025, including the first woman and the next man. This program will establish a suitable presence of the moon and serve as a stepping stone for future Mars missions. Mars colonization. SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, plans to send humans to Mars within the next decade with the goal of establishing a self-sustaining colony. This ambitious plans involves the Starship spacecraft designed for deep space travel, which we all know that step by step reaches its goals, and it looks that it will reach the targets that Elon Musk had set for Mars. Space exploitation, mining celestial bodies. We can mine celestial bodies and bring materials that are rare or going for extinction here on Earth. Interstellar travel. Projects like Breakthrough Starshot aims to send small, light-propelled probes to nearby star systems like the Alpha Centauri within the human lifetime travel time distance. Though still is in conceptual stage, this represents humanity to travel beyond our solar systems. Now, let's confess of some truths of how humans currently see and tending to see space towards our existence in our cosmos. And I mean most humans. Do we space progress as just materialistic profit area of opportunity? Or do we see it as power of state? Or as control upon others or ourselves? Or as prestige of societal advancement compared to other societies? Do we see it as fulfillment of our history to learn and understand about without other beneficial reasons? Do we see it as a way to sustain currently considered serious established interests? That we want to leave them unaffected regardless of what the consequences of all already are and will be? Do we see it as a chimera that may never be approached as other normal Earth habitats? Do we see it as a dreamer's world that must be there only to fulfill human dreaming habits? Do we see it as a procedure that excites the fantasies or pietism? Do we see it as a field of inspiration of tertiary class artists of all sorts? Do we see it as a getaway professional activity needed to escape from so many other miserable human activities? Do we see it as a rhetoric tool to impress and flatter the stupefied voting crowd? Yes, we do. Now there are some critical questions seeking answers by the audience and spectators in real time, now or in later time. Why do we currently see space as described truthfully? Maybe because we are affected by our general lifestyle or materialism, power, glamour, glory, fleshism. Maybe because we want to glorify ourselves, states, individual nations, or societies we belong to. Maybe because we want to have power against other people, states, individual nations, societies, ideologies, religions, perceptions, etc. Maybe because we are just curious without other significances other than fulfilling the passion of curiosity. Maybe because we are just interested to keep our current interests unaffected, ignoring the natural blessed human progress in space. Maybe because we are dreamers, sacrificing our time and efforts to dreaming and fantasizing about space. Maybe because we are satisfied with artistic impressions of space or pietism theories and beliefs. Maybe because space is a professional escape for the highly intelligent people that do not bother to waste themselves on thinking and working to solve current problems of humanity. Maybe because we are used to enjoy and hear big lies from political rhetorics about space without seeing nothing serious happening. Yes, for sure. Some right answers that can boost the stagnant, however human life-saving fit into this universe through space. Clearly thinking, is it right to see space the way we see it? No, because space is the continuation of Earth for humans to the rest of celestial universe created and given to all to try it. No, because it is the way to avoid all kinds of controversies and of our coexistence on Earth, leading to self-extinction over and over again. No, because space is abundant for all, ever, everywhere. No, because space is not fantastic but real, and we see there at night in all our lifetimes. Everybody sees it. from everywhere, throughout all our lifetimes, is there, waiting for us. So is it right to see space the way we see it? No, because space is the best of the blessed art by its nature, exciting our senses without the need to be recreated through tertiary art. No, because space has all the potential to cover the need for committed, happy employment of full interest for all humans. No, because space beauty is so great that no dreaming will be needed when we are able to be everywhere we want in it. No, because space is the only interhuman national activity that has achieved continuous truth among nations so far. No, because there is no need in space harmony for different national space polity as we know them over the last 3 centuries. Democracy, you can see it in last year's presentation, democracy polity will replace current useless harming differences and let us and help us reach the universe as an interhuman entity, an interhuman nation. I'm sure that there are a billion other right answers that can be added, as every person can add and has something to give in the common right for all. Now there are some conclusions and suggestions. What we currently want, what we know, and what we are able to do regarding space today is not enough to cooperate in an interhuman right cosmic harmony and use space for the reason it's naturally made. The proof of this quote is that we have not been able yet to operate interhumanly right on Earth matters, troubling all in our everyday life for reasons explained. From the early days of Sputnik and the Apollo missions to the International Space Station and commercial spaceflight, humanity's movement to space has been started in modern days. The future is left behind us for successful plans to return to the moon, explore Mars, and possibly reach other star systems. Can we change all this stagnation and all this actually space misery that we actually practicing today for so many wrong reasons? Yes, we can. How we can do that? I think and I feel it's so simple. With the help of the Holy Trinity, our true God of all, and work ways like Nikola Tesla and so many other pure humans of all professions that has been contributed in the past thousands of years to humanity and are currently living today, that they are able and willing to cooperate and do it for all. You can check some Nikola Tesla's quotes on the link here, but I selected one which I think and I feel and I'm sure about it is the most important one. Today science begins to study non-physical phenomena. It will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. And I'm saying that because, as you can see from the previous 4 presentations, we can easily deduct the conclusion that science, the way at least the Western world understands it, has reached a limit and has shown us what it can do for us. But it has shown what it cannot do for us too. And surely science and engineering, as we know it, or as we practice it so far, cannot help us to reach every place, every spot in the expanding known universe. So we have to see it in other ways too, obviously without abandoning the feats and the riches science and engineering has provided us so far. We have to win actually ourselves and progress beyond ourselves and develop the other abilities we have as humans in order to go to what we all want to reach, space. So thank you very much for attending this short presentation. Unfortunately, I didn't have much time to go in much more detail, something like hours, to explain every detail in more depth, but most importantly, more clarity to be easily understood from everyone in the audience. But I hope people will understand what I mean. I strongly suggest you to see all the 4 previous speeches, and hopefully if you have any questions, you may send them to my email, which is in the front slide of this presentation, and I will answer them to you. Thank you very much, and God bless all, ever, everywhere. Thank you.